Hello, everyone, and welcome to a bold, eye-opening conversation in the PSL Co-work Network series, the kind that forces us to look honestly at where our money, time, and future are truly headed. I am Francis Bestman Isugu, lead founder and chief steward of PSL Luxury Lifestyle brand, the ecosystem designed to deliver shelter with deferred luxury housing, professional clothing without financial humiliation, nutritional security that removes survivor anxiety, and dignified income through training that pays from the start. If you are an entrepreneur or small business owner, pour in your hearts, capital, and sleepless nights into ventures that feel like an endless uphill climb, thank you for being here with an open mind. Today, we tackle a provocative truth: 101 ways PSL stakeholders are better than you if you do any of the following businesses that can't recoup capital in 5 months with 100% ROI after break even. This isn't about putting anyone down. It is about shining a bright light on reality so you can make better choices. Think about the cost of starting almost any traditional business in Nigeria today: rent, inventory, equipment, marketing, staff, power, logistics, regulations. Then compare that exact same capital invested on the same day, week, or month into becoming a PSL stakeholder through Cash Swap A1. Which path gives you break-even plus 100% ROI within 5 months? The honest answer, backed by live results, is PSL. Don't take my word for it. Let us do real comparisons. In March alone, we're talking about same year 2026, we ran 3 live sessions showing DFY stakeholders generating 600% returns on just $50 risk capital out of a $200 stake. Only $50 was at risk, and it produced $300 profit each time on days 5, 9, and 27, with the full $50 preserved. That is $900 generated from $50 risked. Before month end, the 20% ROI guarantee, that is $40 per $200 stake, was already covered, with $860 extra reserved by PSL as future payout security. In 1 month, 3 transactions fully funded 10 months of guaranteed payouts, $400 total per $200 stake. That's not hope. That is demonstrated sustainable leverage. And you are hearing my voice not because I was paid to advertise PSL, but because I am part of the engine room, the brain box behind the process that generates this return. I am not just a founder on a level of business just talking about business opportunity. I am a founder that is fully involved in the process, in the engine room management, and in the technical operations of PSL. So I personally announced the 3 transactions that I also put out there on my proof showing or proof telling on YouTube, which means if you have been following my channel live or often, then you must have seen the 3 proofs on March 5th, 9th, and 27th. Now again, I have also shown another proof, though this was more or less a video, screenshots. Now, it's not just about showing proofs, but doing it in a way that anyone, anywhere can benefit from. So not a proof that I did this for myself, no. A proof that shows anyone, anywhere getting the exact same result shown. Which means that if one stakeholder is making a guaranteed returns of 20% per month, that return is generated in one setup. And like I said, $50 was used in March, and 3 sessions of active transactions that I showed live were able to generate $900 from $50. Okay, that did not mean that only one person made that or achieved that result. It means that one stakeholder who has up to 36 slots achieved the same result up to 36 times. Okay, so for the 3 times of activity, it means that the same stakeholder who had up to, since this was done in March, who had up to 144 stakes also achieved that result 144 times in 1 month. Okay, so one result that covers for so many stakes at the same time. This is the kind of leverage you don't find anywhere. Now let's compare with real Nigerian businesses using typical 2025 to 2026 figures. Take a provision store, which includes mini supermarkets or kiosk selling rice, oil, soap, etc. Startup cost often runs 500,000 naira to 2 million naira. Inventory costs 300,000 naira to 1 million naira. Shop rent / deposit is about 100,000 naira to 500,000 naira. Shelves and refrigeration is about 100,000 naira plus. Marketing is about 50,000 naira plus. I'm talking about real cost of setting up provision store. Break even can start 6 to 12 months due to slow stock turnover, spoilage, theft, power costs, and competition. Monthly profit after expenses might reach 100,000 naira to 300,000 naira if successful, but many owners report slim margins and 80% plus failure rate within 5 years. For capital recovery, no, it doesn't happen easily. Often 12 to 24 months for full return on investment, with ongoing risk from inflation and supply chain issues. However, put that into the PSL context. Same capital in PSL DFY staking, just like I showed you in the month of March, this becomes compounding returns that start immediately. It doesn't wait for you. Okay, it doesn't wait for an industry. It happens on its own with guaranteed monthly payouts and job creation impact. Break even plus 100% ROI is possible in under 5 months. I have demonstrated this again and again, so I'll go into comparing more businesses so you know that while you are planning one business or the other and you are not considering PSL DFY, you are deciding to leave out where you have leverage and go into where you are going to do solo grinding and then have so many issues. So let's look next at pure water sachet production. Yes, the startup cost is 5 million to 20 million naira plus, which includes machines that will cost you 3 million naira to 10 million naira, factory rent, water treatment, packaging, registration, distribution van. Break-even will take 6 to 18 months due to high running costs, which includes power, raw materials, labor, transport. Profits depend on volume, but many struggle with competition and regulation. For return on investment, the timeline spans 12 to 36 months for full capital recovery in good cases. Now again, Pitch that against PSL and you see the difference. PSL with the same capital, this will result in multiple stakes that generate layered returns, auto compounding, and reserved profits. Far faster velocity with lower operational headache. So imagine PSL only needs the funds and the rest of the result come to you automatically. So why will you prefer to go through the hard work part when you have a smarter way to get the same result you are looking for? It's not just the name, I own a pure water sachet production business. No, I am making this amount of money from a business that improves on lives without costing me more than just the fund. So if you had this 5 million to 20 million naira that you would have put into pure water sachet production, if you put in same amount into PSL, you are getting far faster velocity with lower operational headache. You don't get involved in the process whatsoever. And even the team that handles the process doesn't have to do it with any headache. Now let's do more comparisons. Quick service restaurants. This is the QSR model or fast food kiosk. The capital here is 1 to 10 million naira for startup, which includes kitchen setup, rent, equipment, ingredients, staff. Break even will take 6 to 12 months amid high food waste, power outages, and customer acquisition costs. Monthly profit will range 200k to 1 million naira, possible for winners, but 80 to 90% fail early. Capital recoup, this could take 18 to 36 months. Then pitch that against PSL. You see the difference. PSL alternative. Here, same funds will yield guaranteed cycles, preserved capital, and ecosystem leverage. 100% plus ROI window in months, not years. Why wouldn't you prefer PSL? You see, when I talk about PSL, I'm not just marketing a product, I'm not marketing a program, I'm not marketing a project. I am marketing lifestyle transformation that doesn't need too much of talk and work. It doesn't even need too much of anything, just the funds. And if you have the right capital, you make the right returns per month. It doesn't stress you in any way. You can use capital from any of the businesses I'm mentioning, the capital plan for any of these businesses, and try PSL so you see the difference. So let's look at transportation business. This includes Okada, Keke, or small fleets. We're talking about shuttle buses and all of that, right? So let's look at the capital you will need for this kind of business. This is around 500k to 5 million naira plus per vehicle. I'm not talking about the higher cost vehicles, okay? So I was just talking about the Keke, the Okada, and the shuttle buses. Now, this cost will go into purchase, registration, maintenance, and fuel. For break-even, this will take about 6 to 18 months with daily risk, which include accidents, theft, fuel price spikes, and licensing. I mean, look at March. In March, we had fuel price spike that led to increase in transportation fare, okay, inconveniencing the road users because they have to pay more to move from one destination to the other where the distance has not been added. Okay, the distance remained the same. Because of fuel price, the cost of traveling has become more expensive. Okay, this is one of the issues. Then income, yes, might be daily when you are doing transportation business, but it gets erratic after expenses. Now, full ROI will take 12 to 24 plus months. Now, compare putting that same capital of 500k to 5 million naira plus into PSL. Here, in PSL, capital compounds safely. Funds are used to fund professionals who generate value, and it delivers consistent payouts without daily operational stress. Think about the stress of the vehicle having to run from hour to hour and all of that. Okay, someone having to go through the stress of looking clearly, driving with carefulness and all of that. You don't need all of those things when dealing with PSL. Same capital, better result with PSL. Now let's look at another business, poultry farming. This is for those who like to go for broilers or layers, okay, or even egg production. So here the cost will be 500k to 5 million naira for startup, which includes sheds, beds, feed, vaccines. Now break-even will take 3 to 6 months for broilers if no disease outbreak, but high mortality risk. You always have the fear of seeing your birds not surviving. Now ROI is variable. Many cycles needed for full recovery, which means you cannot really project certainly. But putting the same 500k to 5 million naira capital that you would have used in poultry farming into PSL, and look at the difference. PSL stakes the same amount into DFY auto staking for predictable low risk growth plus job creation. PSL creates more job. If you put in 5 million naira into PSL, you create more job than you can create in one poultry farm. Okay, and everything is low risk. You have nothing to fear about loss of whatever. You get your guaranteed returns. Now let's look at another business so that you now see why PSL really stands out. Fashion boutique or thrift business. Here you will need 300,000 naira to 2 million naira for inventory, shop rent, marketing, and then your break-even will take 4 to 12 months with fashion trends and competition. Profit is seasonal. However, after you do capital recovery that takes 12 to 24 months, you consider PSL a better alternative. You know, sometimes you look busy, but doesn't mean you are getting the kind of returns you deserve for the amount you have spent. That is why PSL is an option you can consider right now. If you are in any of these businesses, or you are even planning to go into these businesses, if you have this capital, you've already planned for these businesses, think first of PSL. Then when you see the results from PSL, you can now decide whether you still want to go into those other businesses or you want to stick with PSL for the long term. Because PSL is sustainable, it will have a long-term reward for you who came in now. So PSL will offer you faster, more reliable path to 100% plus ROI, what you cannot find in fashion boutique or thrift businesses. So we could continue through 101 businesses. That's to mention POS Agency, which will take like 100,000 naira to 500k. Okay, break even will be 3 to 6 months. Then what about hair salon? It will require 500,000 naira to 2 million naira, and then break even will be 6 to 12 months. What about cyber cafe? It will require 1 million naira to 5 million naira, and then break even will take 12 plus months. Pharmacy will require 5 million naira to 20 million naira plus, and then it has long regulatory timeline. Real estate agency, this comes with high commission but slow deals. Mini-importation, phone accessories, etc. The pattern is consistent. Most of these businesses require heavy upfront capital, face infrastructure challenges like power, roads, and then competition, inflation, and high failure rates. 80 to 95% fail within 5 years. Break-even often exceeds 6 to 12 months. Then full 100% ROI after break-even can take 1 to 3 plus years with ongoing operational pain. Is that what you are willing to go through? Even if you are willing to go through, still think about PSL. PSL stakeholders flip the script. With DFY, you stake, PSL's team and algorithm handle execution, professionals generate value, and returns compound with guarantees. I've told you about matched live results where 600% on risk portion was achieved, full stake remained intact, and then 10 months payout was secured in 1 month. This shows velocity. that most traditional businesses can't match. Capital is preserved and leveraged. Risk is managed. Impact multiplies. Jobs created. 4 values delivered. I mean, you cannot beat what PSL offers. The proof is public on YouTube. I have been doing this with live sessions, transparent dashboards, stakeholder testimonials. PSL isn't promising overnight riches. Rather, it is delivering sustainable, dignity-aligned growth where your stake funds real activity, compounds safely, and opens doors to equity consideration for early contributors. If you are running any business that can't recoup capital in 5 months with 100% ROI post break-even, ask yourself, what if the same money entered PSL on the same day? The difference isn't luck, it is structure. Traditional paths demand your full time, constant problem solving, and high failure probability. PSL offers guided leverage, monthly visibility, and a flywheel that turns your capital into empire while building community. This is the crossroads. Many will scroll past and stay in the grind. Despite all I have said, many will still think doing the old traditional businesses is safer for them, is better for them. Well, the wise will always calculate the real cost of delay, which includes missed opportunity, missed compounding, missed impact, missed equity window. You can't get this from these other businesses. Naval Rafikant said, own equity to gain financial freedom. PSL stakeholders own a piece of a scaling ecosystem, not just returns, but participation in hubs, training, and the 4 values. So my call is clear. If this comparison hits home, don't wait for proof that comes too late. Explore DFY staking in CashSwap A1 today. Reach out via WhatsApp 0810-2427-303 or the community. Let us align your capital with velocity that beats 100% in months, not years. Build big, live well, move fast together. Thank you for watching. If this opened your eyes, share it with every entrepreneur you know. They deserve to see the comparison too. And I will see you on the PSL side of the equation. I do believe strongly that you will make the right choice after spending this time with me here. And if you still can't make the right choice, maybe you still want to do things the old way, then know that PSL is still going to be around the corner even when there is regrets for the time wasted for not choosing PSL early. Many persons always fall for the wrong offers, the wrong programs, the wrong schemes. Okay, many people prefer when they are offered what is not realistic. Just because of short-term gains, they rush into false projects, and when it hits hard that they suffer losses, they start claiming that they've burnt their fingers. For that reason, they don't trust any other project. You see, I take my time every time I come online to present clear information to inform my audience about PSL and its values. I'm not hiding this information. I'm not also sugarcoating the information or the promises. I am doing real educational comparison so that you know the options you have right now. Yes, I'm not giving you something that will blind you, okay, make you not to see other opportunities. I'm comparing the other opportunities so that you can see clearly and choose for yourself. So if what I have done still doesn't move you to choose PSL, I wonder what will. I believe I will always be around to continue to offer you my assistance, my guidance. With this consistent recording, I believe one day you will make up your mind, if not today. But the best option will be to make up your mind now that the opportunity comes with equity that you can get in future. So thank you for paying attention. I hope we can work together to build an ecosystem that thrives and helps others to thrive too. Not the kind that only focuses on profit, what comes into my pocket, but the kind that enriches everyone. Welcome to this deeply urgent and heartfelt moment in the PSL Co-work Network series. I am Francis Bestman Isugu, lead founder and chief steward of PSL Luxury Lifestyle brand, the living ecosystem created to end survivor mode and deliver real dignity for every stakeholder. If you are right now planning to pour your hard-earned money, time and energy into any traditional business without first exploring the PSL alternative, this is a message for you. This is the moment. PSL is building the future. Be part of the first 720. Picture this. You are surrounded by wealth, luxury cars passing by, beautiful homes rising in new estates, successful people posting their wins, yet you feel poor. You work harder than ever, chasing opportunities that always seem just out of reach. You see the rich getting richer while the gap between you and them widens every single month. This is the painful reality for millions of Nigerians today. Surrounded by riches, yet trapped in poverty. Not because you lack ambition or intelligence, but because the systems you are trusting were never designed to make everyone rich. They were built to concentrate wealth in the hands of a few, while the majority keep grinding with slim chances of breaking through. Traditional businesses, whether provision store, salon, transportation, importation, pharmacy, or any of the 101 others, promise freedom but often deliver endless struggle. You invest your capital, face power outages, inflation, competition, regulations, and daily risk, only to discover that recouping your money can take years, not months. Many never see 100% ROI after breakeven. The rich stay rich because they control the systems. The rest stay chasing always one setback away from starting all over. Now, imagine a completely different path. One where everyone who joins can become rich through their own stakes. This is PSL. Here, poverty breeding inequality is extinguished by the consistency of fixed monthly DFY returns. No matter who you are, teacher, trader, civil servant, or young professional, as long as you can afford your first stake, you step onto a level playing field. The same fixed amount per stake delivers the same fixed monthly ROI for everyone. No favorites, no delays, no heartbreaking stories of the check is coming next week. Everyone receives on the same payout cycle. The gap between rich and poor begins to blur because the system treats every stakeholder with equality and transparency. In PSL, your stake does not disappear into uncertain ventures. It is deployed into a transparent, algorithm-supported engine where professionals are trained and placed to generate real value. You saw it in March alone, 600% returns on the risked portion, while the full capital remained intact, fully funding multiple months of guaranteed payouts in just weeks. This is not gambling. This is structured leverage that turns your capital into a wealth-building machine from day one. And that is only the beginning. Unlike any traditional business, PSL gives you direct access to the 4 core values that truly change lives. Shelter through deferred payment luxury housing with priority queues. Professional clothing through zero upfront styling programs. Nutritional security through 6-month food stocking paid from returns. and dignified income through guaranteed placements. No other business offers this combination. Why traditional ventures drain your energy on operations and risks, PSL lets your stake work for you, delivering both financial returns and practical dignity that lifts your entire household. Think about the emotional cost of the old path. Sleepless nights, wondering if this month's sales will cover rent. Watching your capital erode slowly through inflation and unforeseen expenses. Feeling the weight of inequality every time you see others advancing while you stay stuck. PSL removes that weight. Fixed monthly DFY returns create predictability and peace of mind. Your stake compounds safely. Your family gains access to the four values that the rich take for granted. You move from surviving to thriving on equal terms with every other stakeholder. This is the level playing ground Nigeria has been waiting for. It does not matter if you are starting small or have bigger capital. The system is designed so that consistent participation through stakes creates wealth for all who show up. No one is left behind because of connections or background. The only requirement is the willingness to take the first step and stake into a proven, transparent ecosystem. The future is being built right now. The first 720 pioneer stakeholders are writing the early chapters of PSL's story. The ones who will look back years from now and say, "I was there when it started." Every day you delay is another day the gap between rich and poor continues in your life. Every day you join is a day you step onto the level field where fixed returns and full value access begin erasing that gap for you and your family. This is the moment. PSL is building the future. Be part of the first 720. Join here. My sincere call to you today: if you are planning any traditional business, pause and compare honestly. Run the numbers, feel the difference in peace of mind, then take the step that countless others are already celebrating. Reach out via WhatsApp 0810-2427-303 or inside Cashwap A1. Let us show you how your first stake can open the door to equality of returns, dignity of living, and a future where you are no longer surrounded by riches while feeling poor. You deserve this level playing ground. Your family deserves the four core values. The time is now. Build big, live well, move fast, together. Thank you for listening with your heart. If this message stirred something real inside you, share it with someone planning their next business move. They might thank you forever for showing them the alternative. I will see you as a fellow stakeholder, building the future side by side.